Blake's Hard Cider Triple Jam. Dang, it's good. What is going on, YouTube? How is everybody doing today? So we are going to be talking about some swim baits real quick, specifically the 6 Sense Fishing Sweep swim bait. My favorite soft plastic paddle tail in that like larger size. Now, a good time to be fishing swim baits, personally, I would say is all the time. I'm kind of really getting into it. I really like it, and I got a bigger rod for some bigger swim baits now because they weigh more, so you need something that's a bit stronger and can handle casting something like this. Anything that's around 1 to 4, and sometimes even ridiculous amounts like, I don't know, 9 ounces. That's probably small still. I don't know. We're just getting into it. So there's all sorts of soft plastic swim baits out there. Swim baits like how 6 Sense has the Sweep, and then you have these hyper realistic ones from Savage Gear. I've caught a few fish on this bluegill. I think it's pulse tail, and then trout swim baits like this, and that is a paddle tail trout. And then you have like your hard bait swim baits. Ow, just stuck myself. Like something like this, the Speed Glide, or something like this, the Speed Wake. And then I don't have a trace with me, and that's another hard swim bait. And then like the draw and all that stuff. There's all sorts of swim baits out there, but I personally really enjoy, there's still a bit of grass on there. I personally really enjoy these soft plastic swim baits. I like the soft plastic swim baits because most of the time they're weedless. So especially this one, the Sweep, is going to be weedless. It's got a little slot in the back there where that hook kind of buries into right here, and this is a 7/0 keel weighted hook from 6 Sense Fishing. It's my favorite way to rig it, and when you're fishing this, you can really slow it down, and this paddle is just so much action. I really enjoy it. And the cool thing about swim baits is they're usually pretty hyper realistic, so fish aren't really like, oh man, that doesn't look real at all. They're kind of just biting based off a reaction on what the bait is physically doing underneath the water. People say the time to start fishing big swim baits, or just swim baits in general, is once the water reaches over 60 degrees, but honestly I'm just gonna fish them whenever the heck I want. And they always say, yeah, if you don't have some sort of realism, it's not really worth fishing a swim bait. I don't know if that is true or not, but yeah, if you do some research, you'll hear that quite often, which is hard for me to believe because honestly, I think it's just all reaction based when it comes to swim baits. And I really enjoy that bite because that fish is usually really angry and puts up a good fight. What I'm gonna throw this on is a like my new swim bait rod I just got is a 7/9 extra heavy. It's good for 1 to 4 ounce baits, and yeah, you're gonna want to use something a little bit heavier. I would say an extra heavy, or if you found a heavy that does pretty good amount of weight, you could start off with swim baits at 2 ounces. I think this weighs around 2 ounces. I started off with a rod that was capable of doing that, and it did just fine. So, and then you got your smaller swim baits you can start with too, and kind of lower your rod weight there, and just get into it. Just slowly get into it. There's a ton of swim baits out there, and I think you guys are gonna really like fishing swim baits. Anyway, that's just my little spiel, my little tips, tricks, whatever you want to call it, on bigger swim baits. And I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave me a comment, tell me what you liked and what you didn't like, and maybe if you're interested in fishing bigger swim baits, let me know that too. And I will see you guys on the next one. I appreciate it. Fish till you drop.